Man kills all the gods with a cursed sword in revenge for letting his daughter die. In a tale of cosmic proportions, Gorr, fueled by grief and wielding the deadly necrosword, wages war against the gods, including Thor. As Thor confronts personal challenges, including Jane Foster's battle with cancer, and joins forces with unlikely allies, they face Gorr's relentless onslaught. In a climactic showdown, Thor and Jane, wielding Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, triumph over Gorr, but not without sacrifice. Gorr's wish to revive his daughter marks a poignant end to his reign of terror. As Thor adopts Gorr's resurrected daughter, Love, and honors Jane's memory, they forge a new legacy of heroism against cosmic threats. Strap in, movie enthusiasts, it's recap time. Today, we will be recapping a film named Thor, Love and Thunder from the year 2022. I hope you enjoy the video, so let's start. In the desolate expanse of a barren desert, Gorr and his daughter, Love, find themselves as the last remnants of their dwindling race. Their desperate prayers to the deity Rapu go unanswered, and tragically, Love succumbs to the harsh conditions. In the depths of grief, the ominous call of the necrosword, a weapon known for slaying gods, beckons Gorr towards a revelation. Driven by sorrow and the tantalizing allure of the necrosword, Gorr discovers himself in the lush realm of Rapu. Instead of finding solace, he is met with the disdainful mockery of the god. Fueled by a newfound resolve, Gorr severs his ties with Rapu, an act that triggers the god's wrath, leading to a harrowing confrontation. In a twist of fate, the necrosword presents itself to Gorr, who, with newfound power, ends Rapu's divine existence. As the necrosword grants Gorr the ability to manipulate shadows and conjure monstrous entities, a dark curse befalls him. Impending death looms over Gorr, and the corrupting influence of the sword becomes an ominous force in his life. Vowing to wage a relentless war against all gods, Gorr embarks on a perilous journey, his destiny entwined with the very weapon that granted him his newfound power. After participating in the Avengers' intense confrontation with Thanos, Thor decides to embark on a new chapter by joining the Guardians of the Galaxy. However, his allegiance to this newfound team is tested when he receives a distress signal from Sif, a warrior with a connection to Thor's Asgardian past. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, Thor decides to temporarily part ways with the Guardians to investigate. Upon reaching the source of the distress signal, Thor discovers Sif, wounded and desperate. Sif reveals troubling news. Gorr, a formidable adversary with a history of targeting divine beings, has set his sights on New Asgard. Thor, fueled by a sense of duty and responsibility, realizes that he must confront this looming threat to protect his people and the remnants of Asgard. Simultaneously, Jane Foster is introduced to be battling with stage 4 terminal cancer. Despite exhausting all conventional medical options, Jane decides to journey to New Asgard in the hopes that Thor's legendary hammer, Mjolnir, might possess the power to heal her ailment. The fractured state of Mjolnir, a consequence of Hela's actions, adds a layer of uncertainty to Jane's quest. Unbeknownst to Thor, an enchantment he had placed on Mjolnir years ago as a protective measure for Jane activates, leading the mighty hammer to reforge itself and form a mystical bond with her. As this unexpected turn of events unfolds, Thor arrives in New Asgard just in time to witness Gorr's impending attack. His surprise deepens upon discovering Jane wielding Mjolnir, a manifestation of the enchantment meant to safeguard her. Despite the initial shock, Thor joins forces with Jane, Valkyrie, and the rock-like companion Korg to confront the looming threat posed by Gorr. In the ensuing battle, the group manages to thwart Gorr's immediate plans, but the cunning adversary escapes, leaving behind a sinister trail. Gorr kidnaps several Asgardian children, imprisoning them in the ominous Shadow Realm. Fueled by a sense of responsibility and determination, the group embarks on a perilous journey to Omnipotence City, seeking the assistance of other gods in creating a formidable army to combat Gorr's malevolent forces. Upon reaching Omnipotence City, the leader of the gods, Zeus, proves to be hesitant and unwilling to offer aid. Zeus believes that the gods can remain safe and hidden within the confines of the city, dismissing the imminent danger Gorr poses. Moreover, Zeus doubts Gorr's ability to reach the realm of eternity, where the antagonist intends to make a wish, presumably to eradicate all gods. Frustrated by Zeus's refusal, the group faces a new challenge as they become targets of capture, the leader fearing they might expose the city's location to Gorr. In a shocking turn of events, when Zeus injures Korg during the altercation, Thor takes a drastic step to ensure their escape. With a heavy heart, Thor impales Zeus with his thunderbolt, a move that Valkyrie seizes as an opportunity to snatch the stolen weapon. Now, branded as fugitives, the group flees to confront Gorr in the perilous Shadow Realm, setting the stage for a climactic showdown. Along the way, Thor learns of Jane's poignant battle with cancer, adding a layer of personal sacrifice to their cosmic quest. Upon their arrival in the ominous Shadow Realm, the group faces an unsettling challenge as they struggle to locate the imprisoned Asgardian children. In their quest, Jane stumbles upon ancient drawings that intricately depict Thor's battle axe, Stormbreaker, as a key to summoning the Bifrost, providing access to the elusive realm of eternity. Jane astutely deduces the trap laid out by Gorr, realizing the potential threat posed by the powerful weapon. In a selfless act to thwart Gorr's machinations, Jane makes the agonizing decision to discard Stormbreaker, aiming to prevent the antagonist from exploiting its capabilities. However, their hopes are dashed when Gorr, wielding immense strength, overwhelms the group and exposes Jane to a perilous situation. Threatening to end her life, Gorr compels Thor to summon Stormbreaker back into his possession. Reluctantly complying to save Jane, Thor becomes ensnared in Gorr's trap. Seizing the opportunity, Gorr inflicts a severe injury upon Valkyrie. Thor tries to run to her, but the shadows try to hold him down. He quickly frees himself and fights Gorr. Jane reaches Valkyrie to rescue her and brings her to Thor, who uses Stormbreaker to open the bridge. However, Gorr and his shadows use that moment to grab into Stormbreaker and steal it while Thor and the others are teleported away. The team goes back to Earth, and a weakened Jane collapses under the weight of the dire circumstances, leaving the group in a precarious situation with their formidable weapon, now in the hands of their relentless foe. Returning to New Asgard, Thor makes a distressing discovery regarding Jane's transformed Thor form. Rather than aiding her, it hinders her body's natural ability to combat the terminal cancer. Faced with this grim realization, Thor makes the difficult decision to embark on a solo journey to Eternity's altar. Armed with Zeus's thunderbolt, he imbues the captive Asgardian children with his divine power, empowering them to confront Gorr's monstrous creations, while he prepares for a decisive showdown against the formidable adversary. As Thor engages in a fierce battle with Gorr, Jane senses the imminent threat to Thor's life. Moved by an unyielding determination to save him, she intervenes in the conflict, wielding Mjolnir alongside Thor. Together, they succeed in shattering the Necrosword, liberating Gorr from its malevolent influence. However, this victory comes at a cost as the trio is unexpectedly transported into Eternity's realm. In the surreal landscape of Eternity, Thor finds himself faced with a pivotal moment. As Gorr stands poised to make a wish that could reshape the cosmos, Thor implores him to reconsider. Instead of annihilating the gods, Thor appeals to Gorr's humanity, urging him to use his wish to revive his deceased daughter, Love. Touched by the sincerity of Thor's plea, Gorr is moved to make a selfless wish, asking Eternity to restore Love to life. As Gorr succumbs to the curse that had haunted him, he entrusts Thor with the care of his resurrected daughter, leaving behind a poignant legacy in the wake of his demise. After the climactic events, the rescued Asgardian children make their way back to New Asgard, where Valkyrie and Sif take on the responsibility of initiating their training. A memorial is erected in honor of Jane Foster, preserving her memory within Asgard's history. In the wake of these somber tributes, Thor extends his care to Love, adopting her as his own. Together they embark on heroic endeavors, a united force wielding the mighty Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, ensuring that the legacy of their shared struggles endures in the ongoing battles against cosmic threats. In a mid-credits sequence within the confines of Omnipotence City, Zeus, now in the process of recovering, dispatches his son Hercules on a mission to eliminate Thor. In a post-credits scene, Jane approaches the gates of Valhalla, where she is warmly welcomed by Heimdall. Thank you for being a part of Black's Movie Recaps. If these tales of mystery and intrigue sent shivers down your spine, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Black's Movie Recaps for more bone-chilling narratives. Stay tuned, and until next time, stay captivated.